They met in a place neither of them was meant to stay. Mara worked the night shift at a small train station where the clocks always ran a minute slow. She liked that. It felt like time had agreed to be patient with her. Jonah passed through on a rainy Tuesday, carrying a suitcase with a broken wheel and a life he wasn't sure he wanted anymore. He asked when the next train would arrive. She said, "In 8 minutes," then added, "Or 10 if the clock is honest today." He smiled at that. It was the kind of smile that stayed a moment longer than necessary, as if it was considering becoming something else. Jonah missed his train. He blamed the rain. Mara suspected he didn't really want to leave. After that, he started missing it on purpose. They learned each other in fragments, coffee shared at dawn, conversations stitched together between arrivals and departures. Jonah told her he'd been running from a future that felt too small. Mara told him she'd stopped chasing one that felt too big. Neither of them tried to fix the other. They just listened, and somehow that felt like enough. Love arrived quietly, the way snow does when you aren't watching the sky. One day Mara realized she knew the sound of Jonah's footsteps. One day Jonah realized he timed his days around her breaks. But trains, unlike people, do not change their minds. Jonah was offered a job in a city where the clocks ran on time and the opportunities didn't wait. Mara was offered nothing new, just the same station, the same minute slow clocks, and the life she had carefully built. They stood on the platform one last time. No promises, no dramatic words, just hands held tightly, as if trying to memorize the feeling. "I wish we had more time," Jonah said. Mara smiled, soft and steady. "We did. That's the miracle." The train came. Jonah left. Years later, Mara still worked nights. Sometimes travellers mentioned a man who spoke fondly of a station where time ran slow and love arrived fast. Sometimes Jonah, in crowded cities, noticed clocks that felt impatient and wondered how Mara was doing. They didn't end up together, but they ended up changed. And in the quiet moments, when the world paused just long enough, they both knew. They had been loved deeply, honestly, and at exactly the right time.